Right.
Go through the clouds.
Underneath the pale moon's glow, whispers where the shadows grow. Through the mist where secrets keep, fools and ghouls begin to creep. Fools and ghouls, they dance tonight in the chill of the haunted light. Mystery hums, the air turns cold, paranormal stories unfold. Candles flicker, spirits wait, every step's a leap of fate. Hear the creak of the wooden floor, specters knocking on your door.
Can I just say that never worked because all everybody seen was the
That was
background.
on. Yeah, you should have
It was
turned your
nice,
phone off.
though. Swimming through the clouds. It was great.
Oh,
I was on cloud nine.
everybody, don't mind us discussing the nonsense. Right, guys, it's Friday night. Woohoo! How is everybody? Hiya, Angelina.
Angelina.
Hello.
Hello, beauty. How is everybody? How's everybody's week been?
Been fantastic.
Ah, how's Richard and Mary? How's your week been, guys?
I've been doing podcasts and fighting to get the screen with the countdown gone. It doesn't work. And I made some new streams and rescheduled a podcast to next week.
Awesome.
We had Memorial, and of course, I needed to see it with bagpipes and drums. So
Yeah.
love
quite
it. Love
nice,
it.
isn't it?
I think it's the most beautiful sound in the world is the pipes. See when
Yeah.
they start doing the pipes,
You can't
Oh.
beat it, can you?
you really can't. Richard, how are you?
Stress, help.
Oh my love.
Well, 13 December and going through it all, plus a brain injury. Not good because you just don't understand it.
Eat. I know. Well, guys, I thought Friday night, what shall we do? And I thought, why not ghost stories? Because it's actually something that we've never actually did in the show is ghost stories.
Yeah.
So I thought,
when you need him?
Huh?
well, do you know, funny enough, Wayne says to me, do you need me tonight? And I was like, hello? Yeah. I was like, come on. We haven't seen Mr. Wayne for a while, so it'd be lovely to see him. Let's all say, why are we waiting?
He's coming on. He's coming on.
I bet he's shouting at the screen now. Shut up, Lois. But I think ghost stories are brilliant. I must admit, I love watching like Wayne. Like Wayne does ones at Christmas. You'll always find with Wayne he does Spookanori, and he'll tell stories and things like that. I much prefer those ones. Don't get me wrong. Who doesn't love like reading like Charles Dickens, some of the stories that he's wrote? Hiya Joanne, hiya Noreen baby. She's like that. God's sake, there's that woman again I have to see. Do you know what I've actually realised, guys? I've been on for 3 days straight and podcasting. Everybody will be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So Mr. Shane wrote us a story. Wait a minute, I'll read his story. The killer clown. They went into the abandoned building. This Urbex thing is creepy at night, he thought. Harvey was you at this, but always thought it would be during the day. But the group that invited him was only going at night, so we wouldn't get caught, they said. Jason, Brody, and Janice are seasoned urban explorers and self-renowned ghost hunters. This building was supposed to be haunted by a killer clown. When they told me I was already on my way, I laughed it off, but I got scared, even so scared I tried making up excuses in my head. I, however, couldn't leave since I had nowhere to go. They had the car and I gave my last money to them for gas and food. So no leaving now. This will be the day I had to overcome my fear. When we drove up to the building, it looked like an insane asylum, the ones you see in the horror movies. Great building, Jason, Janice says. Brody couldn't agree more. I just stood there. I was wondering how long it would take for me to shit myself. This wasn't so not me. I was a nerd that liked pictures, not a ghostbuster. As soon as they were in, it was pitch black and quiet, so quiet you could hear a needle drop. Are you sure? I asked the group. Jason nodded. We do this all the time. Nothing ever happens, man. He said. We walked up in a staircase to the second floor. When we reached the top, Brody grabbed his camera and put on a night shot. Janice grabbed a voice recorder and Jason a K2 meter. What now? I asked. I looked at the group as they started moving forward. Now we ask the little clown questions, Jason said, provoking. Yeah, asshole, start talking, Brody yelled. That was the moment everything went sideways. I felt a super amount of anger coming up. I've never felt this much anger in my life. Guys, I don't think we should do this, I said, angry enough for them to look at me. Janice screamed as soon as she was looking my way. What? I asked when I saw their faces. Brody pointed his camera on me and pointed behind me. As I started turning round, Jason yelled, "Run!" Before I even had a chance to see what's behind me, I lost my conscience and woke up at least an hour later. Guys, I yelled, where are you? At this point, I don't care if I got caught, I just wanted to know where they went. I started walking down the stairs when I saw what happened, at least the result of something that happened. At the bottom lay two boys with their bellies cut open from left to right, their faces painted with their own blood, their legs broken and bent weird. The worst part was looking up. That's when I saw something hanging from the ceiling, something with long hair. It was Janice hanging from her own hair, also cut open, but her mouth was formed as that of a clown. I started puking my guts out after I saw them. What the fuck happened here? And by the way, Shane did write this word for word, guys, not my words, his. The police arrested me. That's when the sirens came closer. I realised there was blood all over me. The police arrested me on suspicion of 3 murders. However, they called me the copycat killer clown. Somehow I killed them and managed to face paint myself while being unconscious. Did I do this or was it the killer clown? Some say I was possessed, some say I went mental. Who knows? Maybe it was me. All I remember is my fear is gone and I had fun that night. And that was from Mr. Shane.
Wow.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done. Very good.
Mr. Shane told me he was a shite writer.
Wow.
Well,
I'm surprised. I didn't know.
yeah.
That was Shane. That was always Shane when what I'd read. Because when I read it myself and I went back to him and I went, you told me you couldn't write. And he was like, well, you know. And I thought, see, so guys, let's get on to Shane to start writing stories.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're going to start writing stories.
Come on, Shane. Give it
Yep.
loads.
No, I'm going to take a drink of juice because he's killing my throat.
I think he's going to shout, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Mary is making me do stuff.
The power of Mary.
The power of Mary. Yeah, we equally do the same. So he was doing the podcast and I was doing the socials. So it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a lot of work. I don't have 2 kids and a wife or a husband. So, yeah, I'm proud of him.
Listen, do you know what? We've all got a hidden talent at something. Definitely. And I've got to say, I used to have the concentration to write stories. Excuse me, but now it's like brutal. Don't get me wrong. Then there's sometimes where my brain just goes off on a tangent in my own head. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I could be writing this all down. But it's like my brain's like, oh, hello everybody that's joined us.
I know.
Hi, Niels.
What about you guys? Do you have any ghost stories?
I've got loads.
I'm still trying to find my hidden talent. After 47 years, I still haven't found it.
That's why
I am trying though.
That's why it's called hidden. I don't have the time and the energy to write down. And if I go and sit and write something, I read it back and think, oh my God, I'm sure I saw that in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because my head is so full with all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do writing. I don't.
Mm.
I do the
Ever
comments.
since I got MS, I can't write. It looks like a spider just crawled across the page. Not even I can understand my own handwriting.
Well, you can
So-
speak, and the thing is, the computer will write it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always have to find a way, don't you? Gosh.
Yes.
Typical. Typical.
No excuses,
Cheers, Lynn.
Richard.
Cheers, Lynn. Thank you.
Well,
Never say never.
we can use AI. We give the words we want to have in it.
That's
And let
true.
them
Yeah.
write it.
But do you know what? AI is becoming a big pain and a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to stories and that, I think it's great in some aspects. And a lot of people, like, see the problem I have, see, and this is how I discovered that I was dyslexic, right, was because, see, you could ask me anything and I could speak it out, right? But see, if you ask me to put pen to paper, that's what the women used to say to me that when I was doing my SVQ level 2 in health and social care. She went, Louise, I could throttle the life out of you. And I was like, why? She says, you're brilliant at your job. You can tell me it back to front, but you are fucking useless when you're trying to write it down.
Yeah.
But I said, but that's what the problem I've always had. So I would need to be one of those ones that walk about with a dictaphone
Yeah.
and talking into it. Because seriously, my brain just goes
I
shut
like
down.
writing. I do like writing. Even at work, I've always had problems at work because I can't just write what I've done. I write a full chapter.
You make stories up.
No, I detail, complete detail.
Oh, detail, right.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, I used to get shouted at, Louise, I can't make out what you're fucking writing. What are you saying? And I'm like, let me look at it. And then I'm thinking to myself, give me 2 minutes to go back and think about what I'm saying here. And it's the same as I've got my own way of writing, right? I know you all say about Willow's language, but see if you've seen my writing, you'll be like, you're definitely your own culture. Because I write everything and it makes sense to me at the time.
Yeah.
But when I go back to it, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say here. Like, there was an appointment in my calendar, and to this day, I still don't know what I was meant to be doing on the 23rd day of August this year. And I still have no clue. So if I have missed a podcast, MD, I am sorry. I do apologise. I was meant to be somewhere, but God only knows. So, Lynn, I know you've got a couple of stories.
Oh, yeah. Right. Where do I know. Right. Many, 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 many moons ago, I mean, a lot of moons ago, I worked in Chester in a not money laundry, money business company, right?
Yeah,
Whatever. And the guy that lived across the road from my daughter's, and she lived down the road, kept coming over when I was there, and he'd say to me, right, he'd say, why don't you make a paranormal club up, Lynn? Well, because I don't want to. I'm just happy doing what I do. I don't want to do a club. I'm the same, Lynn. I find it hard to write simply. I always write a book that only needs a sentence. Yeah, I'm the same. So anyway, this guy it went on for months. I couldn't even go and visit, and he kept coming over. So I said, right. Now he had a few learning disabilities. Him and his wife, both the same, right? But they were locals, and we all sort of grew up together. So I took it as, well, the guy wanted. I said to him, "Give me 6 months. I want to know everything that you can find out about the area and where you'd like to start looking to go in the area to do some ghost investigations." I thought that'll get him. He won't bother coming back again. 6 months later, he turns up at my works on my lunchtime. And he said, "I've just come to tell you that I've got all the information you want." He said, "So call round as soon as you can." So I thought, I'll have to take him somewhere, won't I? So I took him up to the castle. I mean, he'd been there lots of times anyway with his wife over the years. He grew up there really in the area. So we went up there, and we were stood on this platform, and it was November. It was snowing, like flurries of snow. I looked across towards the fields through the trees, and I could see this guy in my peripheral vision, and he was walking between the trees, and every time I looked full on, he'd gone. Looked away, there he was. And this continued for a while. So we done a bit of filming and that, and then we went home. The next day I went to work. No, sorry. That night, I think it was early hours actually, I had this dream. Now I was back at the castle, and back on that platform, and that guy came towards me. The one who was walking between the trees came towards me, came up the moat over the wall, because it was only a small wall, but it all fell down. And he said to me, "Lynn, my name's Emlyn." Then he said, "Richard." So I don't know. He looked like he was medieval. So I don't know whether it wouldn't have been Emlyn Richard, because it would have been Emlyn ap Richard if it was medieval and Welsh. Or was it in the reign of Richard? I don't know. But I know his name was Emlyn. He said, "I want you to remember me, and I want to show you how I died." And I didn't know what was going on. The next thing, this little skinny guy, about 18, came from behind me down the steps, jumped on this Emlyn. He fell on the floor, and this young guy got a big stone, like it's like a chiseled Iron Age stone, and he jumped on Emlyn. He started tearing at his chest. He opened his ribs up and pulled out this heart, and I was petrified. So I started to run, and as I was running, I started to float. I thought, oh my God, what's going on now? And I was holding something. I don't know what I was holding, but I was going up. And then the next thing, I was in somebody's bedroom. I don't know what the bedroom was. It was a box room. I don't know where I was. I've never been in there before. And there was lots of orbs. Now, me and orbs don't mix because it could, unless it's a proper power energy orb or a good solid one, it's dust. So I'm standing there thinking, is that dust? Is it insects? But I was, hi, William. I was seeing all these orbs around. Next thing, the door opens and a girl that I worked with, but she was in a different department to me. She walks in. She said, "What the hell are you doing in my box room, Lynn?" I went, "Oh, Lucy, I don't know. I didn't even know where I was. I didn't know it was your home." She said, "Yes, I don't like this." She said, "Just coming into my house like this." And then the door opens again, and this Emlyn walks through the door. And then I wake up. So I thought, right, when I go to work today, I'm going to see if Lucy's there at dinner time. So I went to the canteen and she comes in. She said, "Don't go out the room. I want to speak to you about something." I said, "Yeah, I want to speak to you about something as well." She'll just make a coffee. So she gets this coffee. She comes and sits with me. She said, "Before you tell me anything," she said, "listen to me." She said, "You were in my box room last night going on about the orbs." I said, "You're joking." She said, "No." She said, and the next thing, this man walks in, looked a right tramp, and it was Emily, right? Because that's what it looked like. He had a big beard, and he walked in. I said, "Well, that's funny that." I said, "Because this is the dream I had." So actually, I'd been astral projecting, and that was the first time I've actually had proof about that. Right? That was solid proof. I was made up. 2 years later, me and my sister went up there with a group of 25 people. Some had never been ghost hunting before. And we took the team up there. And we were sat at the castle in the same place, telling ghost stories and that. And I said about Emlyn, and I showed them where he came across the woods. I showed him where he came up and what happened. And I said, now, it might sound a bit daft to you, but I'm going to shout out now. So I shouted, "Emlyn, we've brought our friends to come and visit you today. Why don't you come down and say hello and bring your friends, and we can have photographs together." Anyway, about half an hour later, one of the girls in my team came. She was like this. It was always real. It's like a digital camera. And she come, she look at this. Because the picture was quite dark. So I'll have that because it was mine anyway, because it was contracted. If you come, take photographs on anything, that was mine. So I could use them. Anyway, I highlighted it when I got home. And I got Emlyn and his lady friend.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can see the
Wait a minute,
facial.
just leave it the way it is.
You can see Emlyn's hood. You can see
facial features.
his hands, his stick, or I don't know if it's a stick or a sword or what. I don't know.
Looks like a sword to me because
His legs,
as you look further up,
his cape,
Holy shit.
his big beard,
yeah,
his hood, and that beautiful lady next to him. You can see a
yes,
face, a neck, a top of a puffy dress, and there
yeah.
she is. And some people think there's somebody here, and there, yeah. So they turned up, and we got the photograph. You don't get if you don't ask.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's my story of Emlyn the Archer.
Oh, that's pretty mental.
Yeah, and he's now in I've made sure that he's in our folklore up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've put him into it up that area, yeah. So he's amazing. And when I go up there, I always have contact with someone.
Yeah.
Saying it's always Emlyn, but there's always something there. So it's interesting. Very interesting.
What do you guys think about, like, the old ghostwriters? I mean, we've got loads. You've got, like, the likes of Emily Bronte, you know, with Wuthering Heights.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
I really liked that one. It was a gothic masterpiece, I would say it was. You know, the lovers, the windswept moors, the tragically family drama. They don't make. Do you know what? I used to sit and love reading the old ghost stories. Even I'll tell you, as a kid, right, guys, there used to be a programme, maybe Richards will remember. There used to be a programme that used to be in the BBC, and it used to be called Goosebumps.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I loved Goosebumps. For anyone who didn't know what Goosebumps is, it was a UK programme, and what they used to do was scary stories. But if you had to pick a favourite story, right, a favourite ghost story, guys, anything at all, what would be your favourite one?
I like the Christmas one, Charles Dickens.
Hi, Terry, is it Scrooge?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that. And I'll
brilliant.
tell you what, that's the only one I will watch at Christmas, and I'll watch it almost every day and watch it through and through, and I just love it. I know what's going to happen next, but I'm not bothered. I love the screenplay; it's absolutely brilliant, especially Muppets Christmas Carol as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what, guys? I'll tell you what I love watching, and you've actually put the song in my head now. Is Oliver Twist, but there's only one Oliver Twist that I will watch, and that's the one with Oliver Reed. I think that was the best
one. Yeah, I've got that.
Consider Yourself.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the old films. Yeah. I really, really do.
Expectations is another scary one, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And the good thing about us starting the movie podcast as well is that we'll have every day in Christmas, guys, to celebrate a Christmas film.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this year I'm a bit disappointed with Halloween because I will only have 4 weeks, and I'll not have the full everyday Halloween films. But I've decided how I'm going to play it. I'm going to start for the old Halloween movies and finish on the 4th week with the most recent.
Yeah.
And
I
take it.
I like the lady in. Sorry, Lo. I like the Lady in Black. I do.
Oh,
now I think that's a proper ghost story.
Yeah,
that is. You can't get any better than that. It's spot on, isn't it?
Yes, and I do like the others.
The others is.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love it. Honest to God, I could watch that every day. Love it.
The twist at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But have you ever read the books and then watched the films and thought, that's not exactly how it matches in the book?
Years and years and years ago, I'm talking about maybe 1982, something like that. I read The Amityville Horror.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not one for reading because I get bored. But I couldn't put the book down. And when I'd read it, I was fine. Until 3 or 4 days later, I was walking up the stairs with my back against the wall.
Seriously?
Yeah. Honest to God, it must have played on my mind without realising.
Do you know what? There's you ever had like that? You know, there's been a lot of films or a lot of books that I've read that I've had to think to myself, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. Because it's funny how something gets into your head psychologically and like you're freaking. Like last night, guys, I was watching the YouTube channel called Abyss Iceberg. Now it's got all different types of levels, right? And it was talking about people with like door ring bells and see some of the scary shit that I seen on that, and I was like, it's not, no, 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 it's not my doorbell, it's not my doorbell. I'm like, oh no. But it's funny how even like things like that get in your head.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we had one of those cameras, right? We had one. Where am I going now? How many years? Anyway, we had this camera over the door, and people were knocking the door, and there was nobody there. So what it was, my daughter would leave home and come back, leave home and come back. She came back. Wayne can't access the link, he's saying. Anyway, when my daughter was born, she was 3 months old, and I had her in a cot in the bedroom, not next to the bed, but near the bed. I never had the children in bed with me. I learnt that from day one. You don't put them in your bed because you never get them out. So I never ever did. So she was in the cot. She was 3 months old. I was in bed. The house was extremely haunted. And do you know, you get that feeling there's something not right? And I woke up and I looked over at her. She was fine. And then I looked forward and this little old lady came out the side of this wardrobe. Right. And she walked over. Now I'm sat up now looking at her. She had a shawl, big shawl on her, long skirt, her hair in a bun. And she walked over and she leant over the cot and she went into the cot like that's that bed. I said, get away from my baby, get away from her now. And she just walked back, went back in the wardrobe. That woman has been looking after my daughter all her life. So everywhere my daughter's moved, she gets a knock on the door and she's there. And even when we moved to the house after that, and she was a baby in arms then, so she was like a toddler, so I used to carry her around on my hip. And there was me, my husband, the boys were in school. I had her on my hip, a sister-in-law and a father-in-law, and we got the key for the house, and we were in the living room, and we were chatting about, oh, that would look nice if we done this. You know how you do when you move in and talk about stuff. Anyway, there was a massive knock on the door and it echoed because the house was empty. And it knocked again. And me father-in-law went to the door. He said, there's nobody there. So I went round the back of the house and around the outside. There was nobody there. I said, oh my God, it's followed us. And it had. But years later, when she kept going away and coming back, and I said to her, do not open the door if you hear knocking. Don't answer the door. Put the video on, because we used to tape things on it. Put the video on and we'll see who's there. So every time we heard a knock, we had the camera on. There's nobody there.
That's mental.
And then she got one day and she let it in. So it's still with her. Still with her to this day. And it protects her. Doesn't let nobody hurt her.
That's the thing, right? You see many of these security cameras. I remember watching one, and it was a gentleman working in a hospital in one of the Middle East. And you could see in the security camera he's obviously in a deep conversation with someone, and he goes and grabs a wheelchair, and there's no one near. But he was adamant there was an old lady that had came in and had asked him if she if he could get a wheelchair for her so that she could have a rest.
Yeah.
And the gentleman was like that. She was there, and he described her, everything. And when he watched the security back, because he was adamant there was an old lady there, it turned out he was talking to himself, and he couldn't believe it because he knew he'd seen this lady, and this lady had asked for the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And you can see the doors opening and closing by themselves. And he's adamant, no, there was someone there. And do you know, these are the places in the hotspots where it always happens. That bypasses. Just checking there for Wayne. Wayne, if you look into the group chat, love, but definitely these are the places. I mean, how many times have we probably spoke to people that weren't even there, and we've wondered, like,
Yeah.
wherever they went.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
There is a hotspot, isn't it? There's a famous one in North Wales about the Glenclwyd Hospital. Yeah, about one of the staff. Well, that staff's my friend. And I met her through the paranormal 20 odd years ago. And she'd been doing it for quite a while. And she was telling me about it. It's quite a famous one. So she was an anaesthetist, if you can say that, anaesthetist at the hospital. She worked there for many years. And she'd go in and she'd talk to all the old peers. She'd go up to the wards and speak to them and that, because she was a lovely woman. Anyway, she went to work one morning or day, whatever time it was. And she went in and she went to go to wherever they go, like, I don't know, changing room or whatever, staff room. She went in and one of the old ladies was there in the corridor. She said she had a pink dressing gown on, a pink slippers and a hairnet. And she said, oh, all right, my lovely. She said, you come to see me? She said, let me get in. I'll come back, go upstairs and I'll come and see you in a minute. Let me get ready first. Anyway, so she got ready, went upstairs, and she died the night before.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. So that was it's quite a famous one, that was before I knew her. That was.
That's mental. I'd love to do that one night. I would love to talk about and get people to talk about, obviously, the experiences they have had in hospitals and things like that, because so much happens in hospitals, care homes.
Yeah.
And even see when you're exploring these places, as I keep telling you guys about Lennox Castle, I mean, it is just amazing the amount of spirits up there that you may feel, I would say, after that. I think see if you went up during the daytime at Lennox Castle, I don't think you would get the same result as what you would get at night time. It's though they've got more of a, and I know this is going to sound nuts, but more maybe of a phobia at daytime. Whilst at night time, when the atmosphere changes, I've never ever felt a place like that before in my life, and I've been doing investigations for a number of years. And to feel a place like that, I would love to go to America, to go to the Waverley House Sanatorium, to see if I get the same feeling, or if it would be a lot more worse, because you hear all the hospitals over there, and the stories, and I just love. It would be amazing. Just lock me in for 2 weeks in Waverley and come back and get me and see what happens.
I
I'll
don't
probably
think
be
it
like,
lasts 2 weeks.
you'll be like
If it
that.
lasts 2 weeks, you'd be doing wheelchair races up and down the hallways.
Listen, see if it's anything like Grave Encounters. See if I turn round and the wheelchair's coming at me. I'll be through the first window. There is. Honestly.
I challenge
Just
you.
make sure you're on the ground floor.
Hey, do you know what, guys? I am not afraid to say that I have been scared before. Lennox Castle definitely, because it was Scott and Robbie that was with me, and we heard screaming, and it sounded far away. So I assumed it was an animal. Debunked it in my head. It's just an animal because it sounded like miles away. Second scream came, and it was in a lot closer, and I mean really close. And I went, "What the fuck is that?" Now I'm very, very polite when I'm out investigating. I don't use the bad words, but oh my god! See, when I realised that the scream went from miles away to ultra closer, oh, I didn't like it. See, by the third scream was about like steps away from me, and I went, "That's not an animal. That is no way an animal." And we were shining the light everywhere, and there was no animal in sight. And honestly, that freaked me massively. That was one of the moments like, pack up your shit, let's go. Moments, you know.
Yeah.
So I can imagine what I would be like at Waverley if I seen something wheeling towards me. I'd be like, that's enough. I'll see you later.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
wheeling towards you or running towards you. That
Yeah.
makes a
I
difference.
don't care. I would pick up you and the big guy and be like, you can carry it on my back. Let's go. See that?
I'd probably get shit scared about it, but I'm the one that's got like inquisitiveness and would want to find out and want to keep going to try and make a connection with it or try
Yeah.
and do something with it and see what it actually was or is.
Yeah.
And that's my dangerous side, because if we get into any sort of like demon sort of stuff, I know I've got Gary as the demonologist, but and he's saying no, stay away, and I'm like, but I don't want to. I want to go and find out what it is, what it's going to do, and I'd be there. I'd be offering myself. Go, come on then, do your worst. And I did that once at Hopton Castle, and I was stood bolt upright, with my legs apart, and I got thrown about 6 foot to the right and landed on my side. And I haven't done it again. Because it hurt me. It hurt me thigh.
Listen, I would rather, right? I would rather trust Zach Baggins than trust Gary.
No, I wouldn't trust Zach Baggins. No.
Oh no, I would.
Gary's got me out of some pretty sticky situations when I've been on Castle Ring.
Well, I've told you, you're not to pee out in public.
Eh?
Told you not to pee out in public.
No. I got drawn to a certain area of Castle Ring that I've never ever been to before, and I used to work up there. I worked up there for about 5 years, and I was doing all the walks and maintaining all the vegetation and everything. And I got drawn to this part, and I thought, I've never been here. And then I heard this growl, and of course, me said I heard the growl, and I was just like, "Wow, that was good. Can you do that again?" And I went to move, and I could not move. I couldn't move my legs. It was like there was anklets put round me and pinned me to the ground, and I couldn't move. And I was shouting, Gary. He hadn't got his hearing aids in, so I'm shouting at the top of my voice. And he's like, "What's the matter? Are you shouting, man?" I'm like, "Yes, I am. What's up? I need your help." And he says, "Right, come over to me." He put his hand on my shoulder. He says, "Jesus Christ," he says, "you got some strong gear, old, strong." And the spirit talker come out with ancient spirit. And it kept saying ancient. You must have said it about 20 times. And Gary says, he just tried to get this thing off me. And as he got the thing off me, he tapped my shoulder just like that. But to me, as this left me, I felt as though he pushed me over to my left. And he says, "No," he says, "all I did was tap your shoulder."
Hey, this is where I'm going to challenge you.
You're going to challenge me?
How did you know it was a demon and it wasn't just a pissed off spirit that had enough of Gary's shite?
Well, I don't know. But We went back to the
in the
car
most
park.
respectful way. In the most respectful way.
We went back to the car park, and all I could see was this big black shadow coming, darting forwards and backwards, left and right. And he was at the crossroads, and this spirit couldn't cross the crossroads because it was getting confused. And these certain spirits, the ancient ones, they used to bury them near crossroads, so they couldn't get over to the other side of the crossroads and haunt whoever was there. So this thing was going up and down, left and right, and he couldn't cross the road. And then knowing there was a big wacky lane line running underneath the car park, he said to Gary, he says, put your hand down on there, see what you find. Put his hand on the floor, and he blew him over, and he was sick.
Oh shit.
God.
But,
I'm sure I've seen Wayne pop up and then Wayne went again.
I tried to add him,
Yeah.
but he was gone.
It's Shane. Shane, you've missed your story, me reading your story, my honey.
Good story.
Have you ever thought about spirits? Has anybody ever seen a spirit that's somebody's just died and they don't know the dead?
Question. No, but I've had like the spirit of my papa appear. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning and he died at 4:30 in the morning. So I woke up with knowing he died, if that makes sense, but you tend to you've been dreaming. You're dreaming this.
Well, I've seen it. You do. You think this happened to me and my husband. His brother was a biker and he was buying a new bike. So the guys that he was buying it from let him have it for the weekend, and he'd been up to a local town up here, about 6 miles away, with his mate on the back. And they went to a couple of pubs. And on the way back, he lost control of the bike, and it was the springs weren't right. The suspension springs were wrong on it. Anyway, he went through an embankment. Do you know when you've got these, they look like bars, don't they? And it's got the white and black.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Anyway, he went through that, and he ended up getting killed. The motorbike handles went through his chest. His foot was cut off. His mate survived, but he didn't. So my then husband had to go and tell his wife, because they contacted him, and he had to go and identify him, which he did. So he came home about 2:30 in the morning, and he was absolutely devastated. So I said, come on, let's just go up to bed. So he walks up in front of me, and literally I'm holding his hand going up, and something run through the pair of us on the stairs. And he said, what the hell was that? I said, I don't know. It's freezing. And it was at the top of the stairs. So he gets into bed, and I turn and I'm cuddling him because he's really upset. And he starts to go to sleep, and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking like this. What the hell's that? And what it was, his brother came and he was over his face. So my husband was falling to sleep, and a picture of his brother was there, and he was saying to me without saying, but he was mouthing it, and he was going. So he didn't know what had happened, where he was, nothing. That night, he went to some of our friends as well, and they actually seen him. So he's been running round, not knowing he's dead.
Oh my God.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was. And I kept closing my eyes and opening my eyes again. He was still there talking, trying to get my attention.
I must say, on quite a few investigations I've been on lately, the spirits I've come into contact with, I haven't realised that they're actually dead. But they've been there for years, and they don't know that they're dead. And to tell a spirit, I'm sorry, but you have passed on. I believe it was on such and such a date when such and such happened. And then you get a happy feeling run through you, and they've moved.
It's like the others vary, isn't it?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Then
Yeah.
it is. It
Gemma
is.
the medium, she will pick up on them, and she first thing she asks them, if she's not getting the right sort of answers or confused answers, she'll say, "Excuse me, Spirit, but do you realise that you are actually dead?" And a few times we've had come to the spirit talk, "Where's my body?" And we have to say, "Well, it's with your loved ones." And you get, "Where's my ashes?" And well, they're with your loved ones as well.
Yeah.
And then you get, "Where's my loved ones?" I said, "Well," I said, "I don't know. Honestly, I do not know." I said, "But if they've passed on, they will be in a place that you know well and
Probably.
love and cherish." And being an empath, funerals and bloody hospitals get me something rotten. I walk in the hospital, and the amount of upset people in there, me as an empath, it just goes boom, and I'm
It
just like,
does.
I'm welling up, even walking down the corridor to have the MS bloody meeting with the doctor, and I'm welling up, and he'll say, "Are you okay?" I'm just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I says, "I'm fine, fine." Then you're sitting in the waiting room and you start crying, and you're like, "What the hell am I crying for?" And all
Yeah.
this
You're picking up
stuff
on feelings,
comes
aren't
in,
you?
and it's just like, the only way to get rid of it is cry it out.
Definitely.
And at funerals, I know you're saying a goodbye to a loved one or a friend, whatever, but I had 7 in 2 months, from June to August. No, July, yeah, June to August. I had 7 funerals to attend, and every one
Mm.
I picked up on the previous person that we'd just cremated, picked up on them and the emotions that they've got, their families, everybody in the room, and I'm just an absolute bag of nerves. I'm just a blubbering wreck in the corner.
Oh, I
And
get that.
we don't keep passing me tissues. Is you all right? You're all
Oh,
right.
bless you. Nick, what's been happening in Nickland?
It's been pretty quiet. I'm not sure if I said this already, but I'm actually been off from work. I've been off work for a few days now, so I don't go back to work until Monday. But I've been working like crazy. However, recently on working on my stories. In fact, just before I got on here was where I was working on. I was just working halfway through the last story of the book that I've been working on.
Oh, is that finally done?
Well, not exactly. I still have to review it. I still got to see what hidden mistakes are still need to be corrected. But I'm already halfway through with it. It's also a shorter story too. There are 3 more I still got to look at. But the reason why I'm saying this is the last one, it's the last short one, not last 3. They're the ones that are going to take the longest.
You were getting me all excited because I was going to say, thank Christ, we can celebrate. We're like, hallelujah!
Trust me, I can't tell you how much I really want these to be done in time so I could broadcast them for October.
Nick, do you ever regret writing that book?
I never wrote the book. I just recorded the stories.
Well,
They told
well,
you.
I'll tell you what.
Regret recording the stories.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nick. Just find the author and kick them in the shin. And say, do you know how much work you've made me do?
I mean, it has been a lot of work. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, but do you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. Nick is the most perfect one to ask. Nick, what's your favourite ghost story that you've written so far?
Come on.
Well, like I said, I haven't really written any actual stories, but
Oh, boo!
He's been too busy writing his book.
I think he's kidding me on. I think he's been playing too much Minecraft, that boy.
No, I haven't even done that, honestly.
Doreen says, I was at a summer fair and a lost child was crying. I had to hide because I suddenly started uncontrollable sobbing. I felt the child's fear and couldn't shake it. I felt so stupid that happened. Different locations. It's strange, isn't it? Noreen, it's happened
I
to us
can
all.
agree with that one. I can
It's
agree with that.
really... On you go, Richard. Ladies first.
Go on then, Lo. Off you go.
No. After you, my son.
No. You live
No,
higher
you
than me,
first.
so you live higher than me, so you can go first. I'm
That's
just a
okay.
lowland. I'm
That's
just a
okay,
lowland
neighbour.
dweller.
My neighbour will go first. Come on, you're underneath me. You unlucky devil.
No, I can see where she's coming from with that, because that's the kind of thing that happens to me.
Yeah.
Children get hurt, and then mothers and fathers are frantically looking for them. I just pick up on both emotions. The child's hurt, he's shouting for his mum. His mum can't find him, so I pick on her emotion that she's panicking, and I
Yeah.
just end up having to hide in a corner and just cry it out, because that's the only way I can get rid of it. I can't just say, "Stop, you silly twat," crying for no reason, and then I stop. I wish I could, but I can't. I have to cry it out. I can even watch like an advert where where Ishmael has to walk 6 miles for water or anything, and he's coming back and he's got all these flies on his face and he's crying, and it's just like,
That's horrible.
oh my god, and I just go.
I mean, how many of us haven't it? And I wasn't laughing at that situation, guys. I was laughing at the way that Richard just says it. I don't know why. It's one of the nervous laughs, just in case anybody's like that. What a bitch. The bitch doesn't have a heart. Look at them.
What did you laugh at? What bit did you laugh at then?
Well, it was just because MD would say that child that walks 6 miles, and because you gave the child a name, it kind of made me smile, because it's like people would say that child that walks 6 miles. Oh no, Richard, he's got a name the weekend.
It wasn't actually the name. It's just a made up name on my behalf. I take full responsibility for anything that anybody wants to say. That is just in my head. You don't want to be in my head because it's fucked.
Listen, sometimes you don't even want to be in mine, mate. Let me tell you.
I wouldn't like to get anywhere near your head.
Oh,
Because it's all over the place.
But it's definitely, I'm the same, see, when it comes to crowds, and this is, apart from being claustrophobic, right, I feel too many emotions. See, when I go to the Gallaudet when I used to go up to the Gallaudet up at where I used to live, I'd feel all their emotions. You know, parents getting antsy because they're trying to get their kids ready. Their kids are just wanting to run about wild. You know, they're hyper, and I would just be like, oh my god, please. See, by the time I would come home, I'd be sleeping halfway down the road because I'd be so tired with picking up on all the emotions. Noreen says she's totally the same, Richard. Her mum was the same. Hello, Rab. How you doing? But so Nick, apart from no reading story, what's your favourite story then?
Oh man, that's kind of a tough one, because obviously all this talk about stories and the stories that I'm working on, I think I have a lot of them. So, but I would have to say maybe one of my favorite. It's not even necessarily a ghost story, but it definitely revolves around an urban legend, and that's undoubtedly. And I think we all know this story all too well, is the Hook story.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And also another one I can think of too, and this is another famous one, and it's even inspired a movie, believe it or not, is the babysitter story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Babysitter is one of my favourite films, not because the babysitter is actually quite a fit girl, but it is one of my favourite things.
Yeah, that's what inspired the movie When a Stranger Calls.
Oh, do you know, I absolutely love that story, When a Stranger Calls. I never even thought of that one. It's a twist to it that I like. But there's so many ghost stories out there, guys, that you just it's hard to pick. It really, really is hard to pick
It is.
what one's your favourite because there's so many out there. And
Yeah.
there's ones that you could tie in with Halloween, there's ones that you could tie in with Christmas, there's ones that you can tie in left to me to Valentine's Day. I would have a second Halloween to be fair if I could, but I wouldn't be allowed. Um, but there's just so many. Noreen says, I remember my mum running out the front door and disappearing. She had hidden in the garden. When she came back, I
I've just
said,
read
Where
that.
did you go? What's up? She said, The children on the TV. I couldn't cope. She was about to burst into tears and didn't want to cry in front of everyone. That's the most
You don't want to
saddest
watch
one.
Comic Relief with me. You don't want to watch Comic Relief with me. Not with
I
those
think
all those adverts. It's just like nope.
it's it's funny how everyone's emotions get when they're in crowds, how you can feel other people's emotions.
Yes.
And I'm so glad. Don't get me wrong. I feel sometimes I would love to go to events. Say going to events like a music concert, a comedy concert, or whatever things like that. I would love to go to, or a paracon even. I just don't think I could handle it in the sense of too much emotion, too many people in the one room. I would be alright. See if you put me up in the ceiling, I'll watch down. I
Yeah.
would be alright for there. But see being amongst people, and I just feel gutty because I would love to do things like that, but I'm quite look, I can't breathe. And see if somebody's like in my space, oh, it just drives me nuts. Drives me nuts.
Yeah. See, when I go
Uh,
to the gig, I have to go to the side if it's a
yeah,
stand up because I get crushed and I can't see because I'm so small. So I have to go right to the side and give myself half a chance. There's only a few times that I've ever really been really close to the stage, and you could have touched Miles Kennedy, a beautiful looking man, and slapped.
Well, you guys know obviously how it is for me when I go to Paracons that I could truly manage myself, considering that I'm going to be going that one tomorrow. So, but that's
oh yeah, you're away to Paracon weekend,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I
I'm
thought
on a
we were going to
paramate
be. I
tomorrow.
thought originally we were going to be leaving Friday, like today, but I found out from Tom that he had a doctor's appointment. He also had a family party he had to go, which I will admit I wish he could have told me sooner. So therefore, we have to miss the first date, but we are going there tomorrow morning.
oh,
Oh,
lovely. I hope you
I,
have a
I
great.
take it. I take it, Richard. It's a
Hmm?
certain one that's running it.
The one that Jacqueline's gone to, and she's already
Yeah.
pissed.
Oh, she pissed. Is
Yeah,
that what
that's what
she's
she
meant?
wants.
Cheeky critter. But no. Who's at this Paracon?
It
Nick.
doesn't. There's not going to be like a lot of the big names at this compared to other Paracons. It's kind of one of the more smaller ones, but I've been going to this one now for almost 10 years.
Wow.
And it's just, there's just something exciting and fun about this Paracon. I mean, the only people that I know that are going to be going is, I don't know if any of these names will ring a bell to you guys. We have Keith H. that's going to be going. We have Ken Robmoller, if I'm saying that his last name correctly. We also usually have that guy, Santiago. See, I'm terrible with last names sometimes. Santiago Cirillo. He's the guy who yells out "Hi-ya" a lot. If you guys have ever heard of him. Normally he
Yeah,
would.
Santiago. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So you know who I'm talking. Yeah. He usually
yeah.
goes to SoCon almost every year, but this is the first year that he's not going to be there because he's at another Paracon along with the three J's of Dark Realm. He's currently down in Arkansas for a different event. So I'm going to say right now, it's going to be especially quiet without his loud his laughs he always has.
Is there no Shane Pittman?
No, Shane Pittman's not a big one. That's why I said it. It's not as big as some of the other Paracons. Like I said, though, he was at the Great Lakes Paranormal Conference this past weekend, but I couldn't go to that one. So I was really disappointed.
Oh, God damn it. I love Shane.
I will at least say
there's my Wayne, Wayne. Oh, I'm missing you.
Yeah, we haven't seen you for ages.
It's bollocks. Absolutely bollocks. Noreen says, I suck up other emotions like a Hoover.
Don't call me Henry for no reason.
I've seen some of the things that Henry sniffs. I have to point out certain things that are too emotional on TV. Do you know what, Noreen? I'm going to confess something, and I don't know if it was because I'm not going to sit and rewatch it just in case it was, but I cried all the way, and God is my witness. I cried all the way through 911, the TV series. I cried literally from the beginning to the end. I cried. I think there wasn't one episode that I didn't cry over, and I think what made it worse, there was a dimension. One of the call handlers' mother got dementia, and I cried at that. I mean, I literally cried, and he would be like, "Jesus Christ, why are you crying?" I'm like, "I'm just crying at everything with this," and then he'll say, "But then it's oncoming what." I'm not watching it, and then I would watch it go, and then I was like, no.
The one film that made me the worst was A Dog's Life. Because you watch it, I was crying when it died, then I was crying when it came back to life in another dog, because I was so happy for it. And then it died again, so I was crying again. So it was cry, 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 cry. And I was just like, I was worn out. Then I watched it again, thinking I could probably try and control myself. I just cried from start to end. I didn't stop, so I knew what was happening. So I don't watch that anymore.
Was it actually called A Dog's Life, or is it A Dog's Purpose? Because I looked it up.
Dog's Purpose, that's the one.
It was what?
Dog's Purpose.
Okay, yeah, then that was because I was thinking to myself, that title sounds kind of familiar, and so I just looked it up. But the only movie that I found that was called A Dog's Life, and I doubt it was the movie that you saw, was a movie by that name, but that came out over 100 years ago, back in 1918, and it was a short. Yeah, this was like. Yeah, this was like released almost 100 years later. The Dog's Purpose one was 2017, but Dog's Life. I will say this though, at least, is that interestingly, that was that starred Charlie Chaplin, and that was his first film for national pictures at that time.
Yeah,
I'll tell you even what I cry at, guys, and you're going to laugh. And it's like my brain forgets it, and I rewatch it, and then I get it again. I cried when Carson died in Stargate Atlantis. Like, I cried. I cried, right? I forget. And then Stephen was rewatching Atlantis, and then I started crying again at Carson dying. And it's like, get a grip of yourself, woman. It's mental what brings us as humans, what makes us cry.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm terrible.
Adverts with me. It's adverts. The worst one ever. You might remember.
My boy.
Pickle Top.
This is weird. This is weird. I don't know if I like this.
Hello, you big sexy bitch.
I'm confused. When I came in, I thought it was going to be.
I don't know what to do. You know.
I thought it was going to be Emux or something like that, and then I'm like, wait, what the hell is this shit? Research?
Oh, Wayne's here!
Oh my goodness!
Yay!
That was quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
he just played a little game of peekaboo.
Do you know what, Noreen? I've got that film. I've got the original film
I
of
can't see.
Lassie Come
Oh,
Home.
wait a minute, guys. Let's
There he is. Hey, he's stopping me, Tom. He's stopping.
I don't like this. I'm on my iPad. It's bloody horrible.
I should have told you it was probably better on the iPad. I've tried it through the phone and it's just dead screwy with a phone. You've got no chance.
Yeah, but look at it. I look really weird.
You don't. You still look like Wayne.
Sort of slimmed down version
with a shrunken head.
Well, guys, since we've got the gang in, we'll do another half an hour, 40 minutes. So, how has you been, Tom and Wayne? What's been happening?
Well, my father had a PET scan last week to see about his cancer and things like that, progression and all that. And yesterday we had the call from the doctor, so we discussed everything they found. Most of it was just like he said, he's not extremely concerned, but it has to be checked out by specialists and stuff. He has to go for a colonoscopy, all that stuff. But his numbers were good enough as far as the multiple myeloma goes that they can reduce his treatments down to once a month. So I actually get 3 Mondays off on my days off. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not going to know what to do with myself.
I know one thing you can do, Tom.
Hey, you can't say that on here. There are some restrictions.
I was going to say you can play more Minecraft.
Oh.
I thought you were actually going to tell him to play with his gear stick.
No.
He's already
Well, he's gear sticking that way. What about you, Mr. Spookanori? Can I just, is wee Freddie still up or is he in bed?
He's in bed now.
Right. Can I just say a big, huge shout out to my wee pal who rode a bike today all by himself?
Yeah, great.
Yay, Freddie.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked because he'd been riding a bike with stabilizers on for God knows how long. And we were like, right, okay. And then he started asking us to take the stabilizers off his bike. So we're like, well, you need to give us a minute because we're getting dinner ready. Next minute we know Tamsin's walked in with his stabilizers in her hand. I've taken them off. And then next minute, Freddie's come running in. I'm riding my bike. I went, what? I've gone running out in the garden. And he's going round in circles around the garden without any stabilizers on the bike.
No,
brilliant.
And I looked and I'm like, that was less than an hour.
Yeah.
He learned to ride a bike in less than an hour.
Wow.
It shows you when he really puts his mind to something.
Yeah.
That he's determined he will get the...
Well, I said to Ellen, is it because he's already figured out how to balance by riding his scooter?
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah.
And
give me 2 minutes and I'll be back, guys.
Okay.
So
I mean, some people do take to it though, like right away. And then you have other people that grow up with a bunch of scars on their knees and elbows from falling off.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't believe it. And I'm thinking, wow, awesome. But the problem is he likes going to the skate park.
Oh.
And they like riding their BMXs down there. So I'm worried that that's what he's going to want to do next.
Just let him do it.
Hey,
let him do
I hate
it.
to say it, Wayne, but most likely.
But
one step at a time.
You'll let him do it. I mean, it's quite... I'm still suffering from a bit of shock, though. I just can't get over how quick he learned.
Yeah.
It's good.
But,
great, isn't it?
As long as he doesn't become one of those people that ride their bikes and do wheelies in the middle of a busy street.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look what I can do.
Well, we're lucky. We live.
You've seen that in Philly, haven't you, Tom?
We've all got them, Tom.
We live in a cul-de-sac, and not many cars come in and out. So it's not like a busy main road. So that's quite handy that we've got this massive area in front of the house where he can ride around in big circles and pull wheelies and do what he likes. But
I know. Do not adjust your cameras. I am not drinking a beer. I'm having a cold coffee.
What the? No
Well,
beer?
wait, no, wait. I
No.
have one waiting. I have one waiting.
I was going to say, wait a sec. Where's the beer?
Well,
I'm
I've
drinking
been
I'm just
drinking
drinking
root beer.
blackcurrant juice.
Oh, root beer.
Mine's just blackcurrant juice.
There you go.
Well, grape juice.
Gin and
Grape
juice.
juice.
What?
Red
I used to
grape
love
juice.
my root
mine
beer.
is.
And then McDonald's stopped selling it, and I got a bit upset.
Mm.
But hey ho. But
Of course,
yeah,
that's not how they say it in Ireland. It's McDonald's.
It's what?
They find it offensive when you say Mick. You know, it's like almost racist.
Seriously?
No. But they do call it McDonald's. They don't say Mick anything. They pronounce the MC as Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's too bad Jenny's not here because she probably would be able to confirm that.
And she would probably say it is racist to call an Irish person a Mick. I mean, I'm half Irish, so you know.
Well, so am I.
Just
I
the
get
drinking
called
half.
Spud.
Huh?
I get called Spud.
Spud.
Oh,
There you go.
jeez.
Spud.
it's bad. It's bad.
Then you didn't realise I got to remember that. So next time I see you on a ghost hunt, I'm going to say, "Oh, Spud, you're all right."
You was waiting down some dark hallway and then just go, Spud.
Mick Spud.
Maureen said, Lynn, you were singing about Lassie.
Yeah, I've got the original film to that.
Wow.
Brilliant. Not the original film that it was made on, but you know, I've got that film, the original one. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. Makes me cry. It used to break my heart, that film did, when I was a kid.
Oh,
Really, I used to cry my eyes out, you know, when the dog come home and crying.
yeah. I
Is that
only
your bird?
It's my bird again, and he was laughing with us. You got his attention.
Backbone. Yoo-hoo.
Oh, you're back.
Yoo-hoo.
Look at the size of that pear.
Oh, look at that. Is that one of your homegrown ones?
That's one of our homegrown, one of 15 homegrown pears.
You've got a nice
wow.
The first harvest, this is, from our
Wow.
brand new pear tree.
Lovely.
Wow.
This is why I wished I lived next door to you. So I could
Was there
pop
a
into
park
my
there?
peers.
I wish I could live next door. I mean, I wish I could live next door to Tom just to give him hell.
No, because you'd be sleeping in my bed and I'd really have to hurt you.
Do you know what? I am going to, but Noreen said, Lynn, you were saying about Lassie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom
We
took
just
his
talked
gun
about
away from
that.
it.
Yeah. Broke me heart,
took
that
his-
film.
Oh, do you know what? I can remember Lassie. You don't see many of the dogs about anymore. I actually seen a woman with that kind of dog about probably last year because Tommy Lee's back with me for so many months. So last year, and I couldn't believe it. That's the first time since like I lived with my granny in years that I'd seen that kind of dog. That's a dying breed, that dog, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So
There was a thing a
There's
few
actually a woman
decades
that lives
ago.
around the corner from me that actually owns one, walks past my house every day with it.
Wow.
There was a thing a few decades ago where someone tried getting a petition together to have that dog banned.
Hey, Kate's in the chat. What's up,
Why?
Kate?
Because
We were
it
just
had
talking
bitten
about- we were
someone,
just
it had
talking
bitten a
about you.
child.
Okay.
The dog had bitten a child, and the mother of the child put up a petition to have the dog banned.
Right.
That
Seriously?
breed of dog.
What?
Yeah. That's all it takes nowadays. You know, this was all at the start of the PC brigade. Oh, your
No.
dog's just bitten mine, so I'm going to have it banned. So they all, I think they only ended up about 26 people signed the petition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noreen says, my garden is awash with apples. Do you know, funny enough, Noreen, my next door neighbour has apples on her tree. I see them quite a lot.
And how did the loads get up in your tree? I mean, that must have been a powerful shot.
It was a powerful shot. My ears were burning. I'm saying nothing, Kate. Saying nothing.
Hey, Tom, I gotta just point this out real quick for Tom. I can see there's a little bit of sunlight that's shining on your face, Tom, like especially on your nose. But every time I see that, I keep thinking that you got sunscreen on your nose.
And that was a bird just flew over.
It kind of does look like it, doesn't it?
Did you?
Bits.
I won't tell you what I was really thinking. What it was, Nick.
Oops.
Now,
Damn you!
There's no need for crudeness in the podcast. No.
Listen, Fools and Ghouls, Friday night, folks. Let's kick off the weekend a good tune. Noreen says, Fritz are doing well this year. When my plum tree had lots of big plums, I bet they did, Noreen. And the apple tree is just mad.
Yeah.
I've got a compliment. One those got a lovely pair.
A lovely pair of plums, Noreen. That's what I heard.
Ooh, lovely
By the
pair.
way, with what Tom just said a few minutes ago, saying that he would have to hurt me if I was sleeping in his bed. That was because in Minecraft, he recently took his bed away from me and brought it somewhere else.
Because he keeps sleeping in it. He's got 3 of his own beds in 3 different locations.
Just wants to sleep beside Tom so he can feel safe.
I don't intend
One
to do
person
that.
per bed.
It's just his bed is more comfortable.
In that case, I'll be jumping in the bed because mine's is no comfy, let me tell you. But no.
Every time he kills me.
Do you know, see when we're talking about fruit and everything, it takes me back to when my grand's cousin used to grow strawberries.
Yeah.
Absolutely love strawberries. My gran and Papa would grow potatoes, pea pod, tomatoes. Nick is obsessed with Tom's bed and bedroom. He's always in there.
Yep. But he keeps saying he's not that kind of guy, but his actions say otherwise.
Yeah, like every time when I go to his room and he's nearby, he's like, nope.
And then he dies.
Now, can I just say something? Can I just say something, guys? Okay, that explains a lot. I wondered where you pair of bastards had been and why you hadn't been in my podcast. Now it all makes sense. Because Nick was in Tom's bed.
I have been party, is why I haven't been to any of them.
To be fair, I've been struggling to find a streaming service that I really, really like. And I've actually adapted to this one because it's so easy to use. And as I was saying to the guys, the problem I was having with StreamYard is I would need to turn my volume up in my tablet to hear yous guys. But then yous would come through so loud, I'd be like, holy shit. And I can't turn yous down because it would never give me the option. In here, I can control the volume to how I like it.
And yet it took me half an hour to sign in.
Yeah,
that was because this silly bat gave you the wrong fucking password.
Didn't use your password in the end. I had to create my own account and come in off the link.
Ew.
Well, okay, well, up you then. My streaming service not good enough for the likes of you.
Well, no, it's the administrative staff that can't get the passwords right. What
it
sort
was
of
Shane who saved my ass.
don't remember their passwords?
Thank you, Shane. That's what I said to Shane. I need somebody to hold my hand. I need somebody to hold my hand now. Swear to God.
And the password book.
You leave my brain out there. But no, definitely. What about ghost stories? No, we've been talking about ghost stories.
A bit late now, isn't it? You only got 5 minutes left.
We'll stream longer because, well, we haven't seen you, Nick, and Tom for a while, so might as well go the full hog. Unless you guys are in a hurry to go.
I'm not sure if Tom would have any ghost stories, but I'm sure he probably would have some pickle stories to tell.
Maybe.
Well, I will share one of my written ghost stories next week.
Oh, I hate when you do this to me. It's like one of the, oh, I'm waiting for it, and you're like, nah, next week.
I don't like it, Kate, when you put
But that's
lava
if
in
you
my
can
room.
sign it.
No, the problem I have is the actual story is on my laptop, and my laptop has got negative charge on it. So, and it will take a little while to get it charged up enough to access it. So,
well, here's can I get a wee sneak preview? This Christmas, are you going to be doing one of your stories as usual?
Yes, I will be once my 5th book is finished, which will be before Halloween. I will then start writing the Christmas story ready for Christmas Eve.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So hopefully by then, 10 o'clock UK time, on Christmas Eve, I'll be live on Facebook and TikTok reading the traditional Christmas Eve ghost story.
Yay!
If I happen to come across any Christmas ghost stories also of my own, Wayne, as usual. I remember that one time, like, what was it, 2 years ago? I think we did one together.
Yeah.
Is that how long it was, guys? 2 years?
Just don't let Nick edit it because it'll take 15 years.
No, I would actually read it and not have a record. I would read it this time.
He's just fitting everything in at the moment because I'm doing a lot of work on radio as well now.
Because you're working with Nick.
With Nick Stepani.
Do you know, every time I see his name, I'm like, oh, please. I'm like, how do you say that?
It's quite funny because not a lot of people know what I'm doing. And on this platform, I'm pretty safe because most of the people that know what I'm doing are on TikTok.
Right.
And at the moment, they haven't got a clue that it's me.
Oh.
So I have created a character, and Nick Stepani has used it, and he was using it on his TikTok show.
Yeah.
But has now gone on to Corby Radio in Northamptonshire.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And it's for Richard, Lois, and Lynn. You must remember Wurzel Gummidge.
Oh, I certainly do.
I've seen the show, Wayne.
So you had a character, Wurzel Gummidge, that was on children's TV. Well, this character that I've created is Wurzel Gummidge's nephew.
What's his name?
And his name is Wurzel Scrummage and sounds very similar to his uncle.
Oh my god. Do you know what I freaking love it when you do voices?
And nobody realises it's me on TikTok. They don't realise it's me.
Holy shit.
I've had to work on 2 devices at the same time. So when Kurzel is on Nick's show on TikTok, I have to have the actual show live on my iPad, and I'm typing in the chat room while I'm talking to Nick as Kurzel on the phone.
That's crazy. See, I've often wondered how folk do that, right? Like, you've got the likes of you've got the likes of Seth MacFarlane, how he does all the voices. Like, it's like he doesn't draw breath. Yeah. And then you've got Tom that can do Rick and Morty.
That's what I was about to say. What about this guy right here?
I was just waiting to interject and say, well, now, wait a minute. I mean, there are other people who can do voice.
Don't worry, I hadn't to go all about you.
But you really don't want to upset Rick.
It was quite funny, though, because I went on there and he opened up the phone lines this morning, and I thought, well, Kurzel hasn't rung in for a while. So I phoned him up, and he was like, hello, who is it? Where are you from? And I went, hello, it's Kurzel here. And he was like, oh, Kurzel. He goes, how are you? I go, Well, I'm a little bit worried at the moment because the kids keep coming in and they're going close to the pumpkin patch. And I'm getting worried they might steal my head.
Oh, do you know? I love the Bristol accent. Guys, honestly, I love when Wayne does a Bristol accent because see, when he does it, that's me gone. I'm just like, oh my God.
Well, we got a message. We got a message from the boss of Corby Radio today.
Yeah.
Right.
We heard the first episode of the Countryside Quiz, which we do, and he asked 5, and they're comedy questions. So basically, it was things like, if when you're driving in the countryside in Northamptonshire, what must you do if a vehicle comes the other way? And it was things like both back up, smiling and waving at each other until someone forgets where they are and then disappears. Another one was just drive past them as fast as you can and other things like that. And the idea is Cursley's supposed to guess which one is right. And he had one that if you go to a fete in Northamptonshire, what activity would you expect to do? And one of them was like welly throwing. Another one was guessing the weight of the marrow.
Yeah.
And an all-you-can-eat Weetabix challenge.
Oh my God.
So I turned around to him and said, well, I like the idea of the Weetabix challenge because I do like my Weetabix. But I reckon it's guessing the weight of the marrow because I like marrow as well.
Do you know, honestly, guys, see when he goes, I'm like, Noreen, he's always teasing me. There was one time, right, that I can remember, and I think it was when he was writing, getting everybody to write the ghost stories, and I was desperate for him to tell me who had won, and he was like, no. He says, you'll find out on Sunday. And I'm like, you bastard. You bastard. Kate's like that.
Yeah, this I wanted to read.
Lover burns itself in his present. His bed is never slept in. Sleep itself does not make Nick tired. He is the most, and not. He is not the most interested man in the YouTube world.
I mean, she's not wrong.
John Perry. Yeah,
that's Tom right there. He is.
Oh,
also, this guy. He can also do 2 other voices too. I mean, with Stallone to begin with.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can. You know, I mean, I don't do it all the time. You know, I mean, sometimes it comes out. I mean,
I actually realised I was following him on TikTok.
I mean, he's from Philly, so that's
we are. That's where I'm from.
Can I ask a question, Tom?
Sure.
For Donald Trump, how did you get on your adventures at England this weekend, this last few days? How did you get on when you met the king?
He was too busy talking
about
China.
This is because Tom does this thing where he brings up Donald Trump as his face.
Yeah.
And then it ends up.
Oh, yeah, I get it now. I was a little lost for a minute. I'm like, did I go somewhere? That's why I was helping you, because you look like a rabbit caught in headlights.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, well, I gotta put the face on. I gotta load it though.
There's also one more voice I gotta remind him about before we end, because there's something else he can do when things are getting a little bit too silly for him, right, Tom?
Stop! You're not doing it right. It's more of an S sound. You're doing TH. It's S. S. You silly little freak. Stop. Oh, God.
Oh, you're some man. I've actually really enjoyed the night, guys. See, having us all back in one room. This has been awesome.
Yeah,
it's good.
Honestly, it's a good thing that I first off I was able to join, because, like I said, it was good to take a break from working on the last story of Corpse called New American Folklore, but also I've been going through some issues recently. So coming on today was a really good idea.
Yeah. See, this is what I missed, and I wanted to find somewhere I could stick us all, because I like it when we're all together and it's a good laugh and everything flows.
What?
Sorry, no, my screen went black and I accidentally hit something.
Oh,
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Oh, Tom's got the Crystal Maze logo. Look.
That's what happened. Okay.
It won't let me switch. It won't let me switch cameras.
Are you sure you two are not in the same bed together? Because you're both out at the exact same time with the exact same logo.
They're sharing buttons now.
Oh, that's the other thing too. Is we've still been playing Minecraft as usual, but the other worst part is Tom and everybody else had recently destroyed a dirt building that I put together, a skyscraper. He destroyed
honey.
Hideous.
To make some TNT for him.
Hideous.
So he set it on fire, basically.
No, he didn't set it on fire, but they demolished it.
Not completely yet, but it will be.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to get.
Nick has to learn to finish something before he starts something else. He had 3 incomplete skyscrapers because he's rebuilding Philly in the middle of a village that I built by hand. And finish.
Well, you just fill them with TNT and then just light the very top.
That's right.
Tom, as I would say, go on.
Yeah.
Right, while Tom is doing that, guys, so next week I need to... Oh, good night, Joanne, honey.
good night,
Okay.
darling.
Always a pleasure to see you. Next week, guys, we are doing a mental health too. Second part, guys. But sorry, stand to attention.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! God.
No, you can go on. Go on.
No. President first.
I insist. Above all else, I am a gentleman.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, Lynn, you had a question for the president.
Yes. How did you get on? And did you enjoy your time with King Charles this week?
We had an excellent time. It was the greatest visit ever. I didn't care for the protests. The protests weren't good. They were bad. They were bad. Kind of reminded me of being in China. Otherwise, it was a great time. Everybody had a great time. It was the best time ever.
I bet you were worried about King Charles being right behind you.
Well, I got to be honest. I did feel something poking me. It wasn't very big, though. It was kind of small.
Well, thank you for popping in, Mr. Trump. You're welcome here anytime.
You didn't know I could drink through my neck, did you?
You must have one of it's like, like with the trach and stuff like that. You must have one of those trach holes.
Yeah.
Hey, watch what you call me.
Yeah.
I am the president of the United States.
Wait, that leads me to one other question. Are you still trying to make America great again?
It's already there.
What you like, silly sausages. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for coming in. So next week, guys, there will be a part 2 of the mental health. I'm just waiting basically on Jamie getting a laptop. And as soon as he gets a laptop, then the second part will be. Us ladies won't be there because I don't think it's very fair because we had a women's only last night. So it's only fair that the guys get their side and see it for the 2 perspectives.
Before we get
next
off,
Friday. Hello, Mr. Joker.
Before we get off, I just want to tell you guys this real quick, and this is also just for when I go to SilCon this weekend. So, although I'm excited for this Paracon, there's not going to be any investigations that are going to really follow. After this event, there is going to be the after party, but I think I already tell you guys where it was going to be. I can't remember if I did.
I don't know if you did. Right, guys, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, so I'll just do like a reminder. So we're having it down and I know how this is going to sound, but this is the actual name of the town. It's a town called Gaze, and it's located down in
And Nick
central
really
Illinois.
likes that town.
That's when you should have used that voice, Tom, about being so silly, you know?
Well, I could bring up that song, you know.
Oh, God, no! But what I was going to say,
Nick
so
is
I
gay.
I did check out the town to see if there was anything interesting. First off, it's really one of those, it's like literally like a really small rural town that's out in the middle of nowhere. There's like not much, there's only like 218 people that live in that town, but they did have something interesting. I mean, I'm sure we all know, and we talked about this on Supernatural Talk last night. I'm sure we all know what an outhouse is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the town of Gaze has, get this, a 2-story outhouse. It's located in the town. Now I know. Now you're probably thinking
Both stories have glory holes in them.
No, I was going to say. So you're thinking, how on earth is there? Can you make a 2-story outhouse? So there wasn't very much info on this, but it is a historic structure, believe it or not. It was built in 1869 for apartments that were attached to a general store. The top floor was used by the apartment dwellers, while the bottom floor was used by patrons of the store. Although the store and apartments were demolished, the outhouse remains. Each level has 2 seats, so the outhouse could be used by 4 at a time. Ways from the top level drop behind a false wall into a pit. It is located at the corner of North Pine Street and Front Street. In fact, we looked it up on Google Image of where this outhouse was going to be from the con. That's literally just like 2 blocks away from me. So I don't think you can use the outhouse anymore, but just imagine if you had to go to the bathroom.
Well, you know what would be even worse? What would be even worse is being the person on the first floor and there's somebody on the second.
Christ, what happened to Tom?
I'd be more worried if there was a leak.
No, if you ever came
Thanks,
over
you
here,
use the top floor.
Well,
if you ever came over here, that would be a perfect place to upload a video for. This is Tom's World.
That's right. We got Nick on the first floor. I'm on the second, and I had chili all damn day long.
No. It would be the opposite. It would be the opposite way
Too
around.
late.
I'd
I
be
already
on the
said
top.
Too late. I already said it.
You need to have the full experience.
You can't undo it once you say it. That's it. It's done.
They also say about this town. What I don't even know if this is true or not. But it's kind of bizarre. But they also said west of the outhouse is the former site of, I don't know, out of all places, I don't know how it was likely, but west of the outhouse is the former site of what was claimed to be Hitler's bicycle, a rusty bicycle once hung on a pole with a sign that read, Hitler's bike, 1932. Why would it be out in the middle of a rural Illinois town? That doesn't make any sense.
Didn't Hitler's bike die in the bunker with him?
Somehow it made it all the way to central Illinois, out in the middle of nowhere, in a rural in a town that's not even like, it's only 200 people that live there.
Wow.
It's like, well, guys, we're nearly coming to the end of the show. It's been amazing. As I said, it's been great having the team back together.
Yeah.
And we all can be in the same room.
Yeah.
Obviously, next week, next Friday will be Ghost Stories Part 2. Obviously, Mr. Wayne will read his.
Yay.
So I don't need any filters.
This is why
Mom, you lost quite the amount of weight.
I want to know. I want to know about that.
Into a wall.
Right? Honestly, guys, this is what you'll find in this podcast. It's hilarity and madness.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and Tom, before I also forgot, first off, I got to turn off the green screen because if I, oh my God, no, I hate when the people, Tom knows this already, but every time I'm about to do something, because you guys know I use a cordless keyboard on my laptop, and it stops working like when I don't want it to. What the hell is that? I don't even know what that is.
I'm loving it.
It's a chicken nugget.
Oh, it's a chicken nugget. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. So I had to turn this off for the green screen, but Tom, I don't know if you can see from the shirt.
Wax on, wax on.
I thought about you immediately. See what's on?
Oh, Evil Dead.
Pat, you're still alive.
Daniel's on.
Wow.
Daniel's on.
Oh, hey.
Do you see what's on it, Tom?
I do. That's Ash.
Yep, Army of Darkness.
I can go better.
Oh, you've got the Goonies.
Goonies!
Goonies!
All right, you guys. Yeah.
Army of
What?
Darkness. That's undoubtedly one of my all-time favorites. I love that movie.
It is. But guys, we have had a good night, and we will see you. Do you know what? I hate when Tom comes on because I can't concentrate because I'm laughing at him every time and he knows it.
I'm just going to say right now, Tom, you look 10 years younger. Oh my God!
Oh my
10 years
God.
older!
It's the sloth from, what's his face?
I said Sid.
Oh,
There's Sid. There's Diego. Oh, for God's sake. But guys, we will see you next week with a shadow head down. Everybody have a good weekend. Thank you, everybody that tuned in tonight, guys. Thank you to all you viewers and everything. See you later, guys. Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.
you're going to leave nightmares for everyone.